Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Aimah Fadila binti Anwar. My group members' name are Nur Nafisa binti Muhammad, Najah Fadila binti Wasdi, Nur Azira binti Taha, Nur Anis Nisa binti Ma'adam, Kat Karisha binti Juring, and Siti Maisal binti Zailan. The title that my group choose is Corporate Entrepreneurship and Manufacturing Firm Performance.
There are points for introduction. First, the manufacturing sector adds value to the overall economic growth, creates more jobs than any other sector in World Economic Forum 2030. Second, firms have used various conceptual elements to improve their achievement and performance. Corporate entrepreneurial is one such conceptual element, which refer to the entrepreneurial activities of a corporate organization and its components. For example, several studies shown related to the method in Nigeria focusing on how corporate entrepreneurial has affected the financial performance of manufacturing firms. Then, an increase in the level of employer satisfaction, which is a non-financial level performance measures, tend to urge persuading employers to put in more effort, then can lead to more sales revenue for the firms. Next, this study examines corporate entrepreneurial effects are measured by taking risks, being proactive, innovation, strategic reforms, and corporate efforts. On measure, employer non-financial performance satisfactions and market share of manufacturing firms. The objective of the study was to examine the effect of risk-taking on market share and the level of employee satisfaction of manufacturing firms.
Theory and model. So the theory we are used is a Bennett theory. Bennett theory is one of the theory study in the study of corporate entrepreneurship and manufacturing firms. Risk-taking, innovation, proactiveness, corporate manufacturing, and strategy renewal are the only 5 characteristics of corporate entrepreneurship according to the Jurnal. Based on my research, I come to conclusion that the elements is applied are comparable to what I learned in chapter Corporate Entrepreneurship and Innovation about entrepreneurial orientation. So for the model, we are use model specific by Opposido Oladimeji and H 2070. The model were used to examine the impact of innovation on bank internationalization, corporate entrepreneurship on service company performance, and corporate entrepreneurship on bank international performance. Oladimeji H. and Adebayo H. used the theory to look at the impact of strategy renewal and corporate venturing on the internationalization of Nigerian banks, as well as risk-taking and protectiveness. Model specification described about the Bennett theory of corporate entrepreneurship. This theory underpins the model definition of this investigation. The theory is applicable to the study site. It encompasses all the study variable productivity, strategy, renewable innovation, restocking, corporate venturing, and firm performance.
The finding from the journal is the important element of corporate entrepreneurship such as innovation, risk-taking, proactiveness, strategic renewal, and corporate venturing is related with manufacturing firm employers' satisfaction and improvement of market share. From the result analysis, we can see risk-taking is the main element to drive the performance of manufacturing firm. And from the path analysis, we can see element of corporate entrepreneurship, such as innovation, risk-taking, proactiveness, and strategic renewal play important role in terms to determine the market share.
Next, I will continue with discussion. First main point of corporate entrepreneurship driving manufacturing firms' performance is risk-taking. This action is taken by one entrepreneur at some point to achieve success. It is because it can create opportunity and good progress to go forward. When an entrepreneur takes certain risks, the competition is not willing to take, so they can become leaders in their field. Besides that, risk-taking encourages innovation, which can be an important product or service differentiator. But failed risk does not bring to major failure. They can provide the entrepreneurs the most valuable business lesson by help the entrepreneurs to shape future business strategy. Example of risk are use personal savings with no guarantee of a return on investment and also giving away time, energy, and sleep. Risk can be divided into 5 different types, which are competitive risk, that means losing business to similar product or service; credibility risk, make consumer to trust in a product or service without brand recognition; financial risk, which is ensure the cash flow stay in operations; market risk, which is knowing whether the product or service is a market demand; and lastly, technology risk, which is technology failure or choosing a technology that not the best for the business. Next point is market share, which is the percent of total sales in an industry generated by a company. It is used to give a general idea of the size of a company in relation to its market and competitive. In corporate world, market leader is determined by having largest market share. Market share is calculated by taking the company's sale over the period and dividing it by total sales of the industry over the same period. The benefit of market share is when the market share of one company keep growing, they also will make their revenues growing faster than their competitors. Market share increases can allow a company to achieve greater scale with its operations and improve profitability. At some point, one company can expand their share by lowering prices, use advertising, or introducing new products and services. Thank you.
Recommendation of Journal. Firstly, writing skills. Writing provides a product that demonstrates the quality of one's learning. Writing abilities are also the primary language skills and the end consequence of language abilities. Furthermore, according to McCrimmon, writing is an activity that involves exploring thoughts and feelings about a subject, selecting topics to write about, and determining how to write them so that readers may grasp them quickly and clearly. Scientific articles. This is in keeping with the Directorate General of Higher Education's regulation which governs graduation at all levels of education and specifies that bachelor's degree holders must create research papers that can be published in scientific journals. Enhancing techniques. According to the findings of his study, research studios may be effective in enhancing students' enthusiasm in producing scientific papers. Research studios are held to introduce students to the field of research so that they would have no difficulty working on scientific projects in the future.
Finally, in the last section, which is conclusion, I will share with you about what we have found from this journal. First is innovation. Innovation can develop new creative process and products. Also, develop new markets, or expanding the existing ones. And second is risk-taking, which is the entrepreneurs must start calculate the risk once the business is running in order to achieve success. And third, proactiveness. By use corporate entrepreneurship features to improve non-financial performance, while use risk-tolerant approach to improve performance overall. And next, strategy renewal, in which it should be renewed every year so that the whole organization can be improved to achieve success. And finally, corporate venturing, where it's related to the employees' satisfaction and improvement of their market share. And also, market share can be used as an indicator for one company to know whether their products or service grow properly.